Hi there everybody, I hope you're okay. All's well here. Your friendly Dracula here again today. Friendly Dracula's daughter, not Dracula. But I hope you're all okay. I didn't drag myself through the hedge backwards today, even though it still looks like it. I decided not to, just to give the hedge a little bit of a break. But anyway, so hope you're all well, and it's okay, I'm sorting my cardi out. Even though it's nice and sunny out there, it's a bit drafty and it's a bit cold, especially at my age, I feel the cold. So I've done the cardi up and squishing my tits even more, but there you go. Can't help having big boobs. But yes, so hope you're all okay, and again, thank you for watching and subscribing. You know, I do videos 3 times a week. Sometimes if I think it's too long, I might edit it a little bit and cut it in half and post 2, or I have done in the past, posted a video, you know, at walking and stuff, but you know, so as time goes on, I'll post more videos like that, and of Simba and of the cat as well, Swing the cat. Yes, and that is his name. His name is Swing the cat. Right. You know, I do look like Dracula's daughter today, I really do. First off, I'm going to tell you this. Tuesday, I get my my dog food delivered. It's all frozen and everything, because they're all fed. And Tuesday I had to order extra, because where I get the delivery from, they're on holiday until, well, they're away for a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd order extra. So that's fine. I've got 2 freezers, one for me, one for the doggies. But now it's both for the doggies. I think I've got 1 little drawer for myself. Oh no, 2 little drawers for myself. And when I was on videoing on Tuesday, I thought Simba was going into the cardboard stuff that I've got out there, waiting for the recycling, which I forgot to take out, by the way, because of what happened. Well, I didn't forget, I couldn't. But it wasn't that. It got into the bin. And you'd got something out that had a bit of oil on it, a bit of grease on it. It could have been a bit of lard or something like that. That landed on the floor and I didn't see it. So when the food, the dog food turned up, I lugged it all up the stairs, all 35 kilos of it, frozen meat. It's not a lightweight, but there you go. So I dragged it up the stairs and thought, right, bring it 1 bag at a time into the kitchen to put in the freezer that's in the kitchen. And I thought, right, there's some more I can fit in there. So I went and got another bag, and as I did that, I stepped back into the kitchen and I put my foot down, and there was a bit of grease on the floor, a bit of oil on the floor, and I went flying. Legs akimbo. Well, splits. I actually did the splits. I'm 55 next month, and I did the friggin' splits. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, oh, no pain, no pain. And I just landed vroom, on my backside in the kitchen. And of course, me being me, I'm not a tiny girl by all means, and I'm quite big, I'm quite large and quite tall, so trying to get up off the floor without sliding everywhere because of that bit of grease on the floor, it was just, well, if anyone would have been there, it would have been like a comedy sketch. But anyway, so I finally got up, cleaned the floor, and I just scrubbed everything in the kitchen after that, and I was fine, a bit of a twinge in the back and everything, so I thought, oh no, I got away lightly this time. And Simba, I hope you're not doing it again. Not in that bin again. Come here. And anyway, so all was okay until today. Oh no, that's lovely. That's super. My line is going back. Until today, and I am aching. I feel as if I've gone through 10 bouts with Mike Tyson. Excuse me, Simba. Come here, young man. What are you doing? What are you up to? Are you being naughty? Are you? He just looks at me, wags his tail, and walks off. Do you know, Oh, honestly. But anyway, so yes, so that's how I feel today. Like as if I've gone through 10 rounds, 10 bouts with Mike Tyson. I am aching from here. That's how it feels, that high up, all the way down to my tippy toes. And but in spite of that, I've got my washing out, which is twirling around on the line, really lovely in this wind. And I've cleaned the patio. What else did I do? I've watered all the plants. I've fed them for the last time this year as well, so give them a good feed before autumn. Yeah, so I did all that, and I sat down for 5 minutes watching a good film, The Lost World, 1960, on TV. Watched that. It's a very, very kitsch film. You see all these actors having these big boulders about that size landing on their head, and they go ooh, out and just running away. And I'm thinking to myself, God, I wish real life was like that. To a huge boulder landing on your head, and you just walk away and go ow. But anyway, so I digress again. But anyway, so in light of what happened over the week, over the last couple of days over in Paignton in Devon, a young lad was found dead in the play area over at Paignton seafront. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Early as in the morning, about 7 o'clock in the morning, bless him. And don't know why, don't know. They're saying the police are saying it's not suspicious, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was to do with cyberbullying or bullying. Full stop. Apparently, he was 19 years old. His name was Kyle, apparently, and it's just horrendous, you know, in this day and age, all this happening, and even more so now online. The online bullying is not; it doesn't just stop at school or outside in the play area. It carries on online as well, and I think it is disgusting, and especially in the light of what's happened, because it does affect people, because when I've been bullied most of my life, so I can understand. It's like at the moment I'm very strong, but I still get bullied online now because of what I am, and it goes unfortunately it's part of the territory, really. Being trans, that they think that they have the right to tell me that I have no right to live and everything, and it does get to you sometimes. It really does, and especially if it's hammering into you 24/7, you do tend to believe it, and it's just not right at all. Anyone doing it, even putting other people down, is a form of bullying. It shouldn't happen at all, and unfortunately it does. But what we have to remember is that those that are bullying us are in a situation that they can't change or don't want to change, that they're not happy within their own lives. I'm not saying, oh no, it's okay for them to bully. It's not okay at all for anyone to bully. Bullying is horrible, full stop, regardless. Even if it's just putting somebody down, even just being negative to somebody, that is a form of bullying. And it's just not on whatsoever. And it does get under your skin, it does get under our skin when people do it, and it does hit home sometimes, it really does, and it doesn't just wash over. It's like people say, oh, water off a duck's back, it's only words. It's like words can stick, and they do sometimes, and it is horrible, really, really is horrible, and it's hard even to talk about it, because there are many forms of bullying. There's outright bullying, like I get online occasionally, like I've just said, that I shouldn't be allowed to breathe, I shouldn't be allowed to walk on this earth because of what I am. I'm a disgrace. I'm a disgrace against a particular god or whatever, and it is one of those things that I will have to put up with, and not have to put up with, but it happens because other people out there seem to think that they have the right to tell me whether I should live or not, whether I should be me or not. They seem to think that they have the God-given right to tell me to go and kill myself. They think that they have the God-given right to tell me that they're gonna burn my house down, that they're gonna kill me, that if they saw me in the street they're gonna stab me and set fire to me. So it does upset me. Some of the things that have been said. Other things have been said, like I'm going to turn up on your doorstep and take all your animals away because you have no right to have pets. You have no right to live. You have no right to live where you are. You have no right for anything at all. I'm a drain on the NHS. I'm a drain on society. I shouldn't breathe the same air as anyone else. And those are just the less horrible ones that I've had disgusting stuff said to me, and 9 times out of 10 it's from guys that I won't entertain. Some of them, for instance, would get in touch with me and say, how about meet up for sex and whatever, and I don't do that. I totally don't do that because I'm worth more than that, and I have enough self-respect not to do that. If you do that, if that's what you want to do, all well and good. That's your life. That's your choice. You do that. But with me personally, I've always been prudish when it comes to sex. Ask my ex-husband. I've always been quite prudish when it comes to sex. And I still am. And if I say no to them, the stuff. One guy, for instance, called me because I said no to him. He was being ever so nice, going, yeah, I'd like to meet you and have a relationship with you, blah blah blah, and whatever. And when I said, yeah, that's fine, but when we first meet up, nothing will happen. And he went, why not? I said, because I don't do that. And he just freaked out totally and called me a freak. And he said, you're still a man in a dress. And like I said to him, I said, I'm more of a man than you'll ever be, which is my way of dealing with it. And I shouldn't have bitten back, but sometimes you do, and sometimes I do, and other times it's disgusting. Even on on Twitter, people send me a private message on Twitter, saying that one, for instance, he was saying that what was it? It was just horrendous, and he was being absolutely awful, and did share on Facebook what I put, that one instance of what I went through, and of course, me being me, sort of trying to make light of the situation, kept calling him a child and saying, aren't you up too late, so you've got school in the morning and things like that, trying to make light of it. But the things that he was coming out, well, I'm assuming it was a boy, I'm assuming it was male, because the things that was said, and I was making light of it, and so he was saying things. I'm saying he because I just assumption again. I just said to him, you come out with all these things, I said, you'll never know, and said, isn't it marvellous about guys in the basement of the mothers' homes sat there with a bottle of Kool-Aid and some tortilla chips, shirtless in a pair of dirty jeans, masturbating to and coming out with evil, horrible, bullying stuff. And that was my way of trying to deal with the situation, and but afterwards thinking about it, and then it was kept playing on my mind, and sometimes it takes weeks for me to recover from stuff like that, even though I'll put a brave face on it and everything and go, that's fine, I know you're so funny, but deep down it's not funny at all, and it never is funny. It never should be seen as being funny, and never should be taken as being funny, because those people mean what they say at that precise moment, and That is the most frightening thing. It affects people. It can affect people, like that young lad over in Paynton, 19-year-old, a young life, so short a life, and just cut short just like that because of people bullying and cyberbullying, and there's no need for it and there's no place for it in society. And I personally think that those who bully people and that individual that gets bullied end up taking their life, then the bullies should be made to pay by at least second-degree murder, because they push that person to take their life. And if somebody takes their life because of someone else and because of someone else's actions, then I personally think that it should be classed as second-degree murder at the very least, and or involuntary manslaughter, whatever they call it in the USA. But it doesn't matter. Bullies should be held accountable if somebody dies as a result of what they have said. I'm getting angry about it again now because society has no place for people like that. They should be locked away and the key and throw away the key. I know people go, oh yeah, but they maybe misunderstood. I don't care if they're misunderstood at all. There's plenty of help out there. If they are misunderstood, if they are stuck in a rut, there are ways of getting out of situations, no matter what. You can ask your friends. There's no need for you to push somebody, anyone, to go and kill themselves. You have no right to do that. You have no right over my life. You have no right over anyone else's life. And the only right you have is over your own life, and that's it. And no one else is, nobody else is. And if you think you have the right to tell other people how to live their lives, then look at yourself first, because the problem is with you, not with them. And that includes bullies as well. The problem is with you. If you are a bully, if you are being negative towards other people, regardless of what you say about it, even slightest thing negative, even raising an eyebrow when somebody is talking about somebody else, and you go like that, it's enough, that's being negative. And that negativity shows who you really are. You are jealous, you hate the fact that somebody is living their life better than you are, or doing their own thing, doing them, and not pretending to be somebody they're not. And this really, really hits home, because bullying happens a lot in the LGBTQ plus community, and it shouldn't happen. And unfortunately, and I'm saying this now, unfortunately it happens within that community as well. Within the trans community, it happens as well. I've never fitted in because I've always been an individual. I've never towed the line in what I wear, in what I say, and my attitude towards people and life. And people really don't like that. It's when I lived a gay life, when I was living in London, I didn't fit in, so therefore I was ostracised from a lot of pubs and clubs because of the way I dressed, because of the way I was, and other gay people couldn't deal with that. It was the fact that they were all clones of each other, like the short hair and whatever, you know, and I was just me being with about 8-inch heels on, all in black, loads of makeup on, looking like Boy George, and people thought I was Boy George. My friend Klaus in Australia, hi Klaus, he gets mistaken for Boy George still to this day, bless him, and you know, and I'm so pleased for him, and he still dresses up like Boy George and gets mistaken for him, and I think it's wonderful. But and Klaus and I used to live together in London, and we were good friends and everything, and I haven't seen him in years actually. It'd be nice to catch up. But anyway, so and that's the kind of community I was in. I was in the alternative. We were the alternative group. We were out there in the 80s and early 90s, and we didn't fit in with the gay crowd. And I've never fitted in with any particular crowd. Like now, because I lived a gay lifestyle. Some trans people, some trans women will say that I'm not really trans because I wasn't with a woman before. I wasn't in a relationship with a female before. I've got no children. I wasn't married to a woman. Blah 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 and all that. And because I don't fit into their categories, then they feel as if they have the right to demean my life, say that I'm not really trans because I haven't gone through what they've gone through with their spouses and their children and everything. And I think that is wrong, because we all have our own journey, and even telling somebody that you are not part of this group because you're different is bullying. We are all individuals, and I don't want to join a group that's going to bully other people. I really don't. And say, like, you have to be like this, and these are the categories. You have to fit into these categories, and if you don't, you can't be part of my group. Your hair is not red. Your hair is not blonde. You don't wear makeup all the time, and that's another thing as well that boils my pee. Basically, is the fact that because I'm a trans woman, I should be wearing dresses all the time. I do most of the time, especially in the summer. I do wear a lot of dresses, and in the winters, like long skirts and denim skirts and everything. And I do like my jeans sometimes, not as much now as I used to, because I'm getting older. But I've been told that I'm not really trans because I don't wear makeup all the time. I don't doll myself up all the time. I do have my nails, as you can see. Do you have my nails? Can you see the colour of them there? Yeah, lovely. My own little concoction of colours again. Yeah, super. But you know, and we are told we should be a certain way. We are told that we have to behave a certain way. We are told that we have to act a certain way. We are told we have to dress, pardon me, a certain way. We are told that we have to, we can't say certain things, we can't do certain things. And do you know what I say? Balls to the general. That's what I say. Do I look feminine? Do I look girly? Do I act girly? Twaddle do I. I can dress up quite nice. I can dress up quite I can scrub up quite well when the needs be, but why should I do it 24/7? I only do it if I want to do it, and people automatically think that when I do it, I do it for guys. It happened years ago. I was, because I'm proud of my boobs, and I really am proud of my boobs, and I don't care who knows about it. And somebody turned around and said, "Oh, look at you! Look at the state of you! You'll never find a boyfriend. You'll never find a partner dressed like that." And it was from a woman. It was from a woman, and basically she was saying that I should wear a yashmak and covered from literally from there down, and maybe just have a little cowl or a veil. Which, yeah, a lot of people might agree with about the face, you know, about my face. But I'm wearing a veil, much better, maybe, yes, or I look better from the back. But anyway, so like, she just went mental because I was showing cleavage, and she was saying that I was being a slut and I was only dressing up to get looks from guys and everything, and I'll never find a decent guy dressed like that. And number one, I'm not looking for a guy anyway. I'm not looking for anyone. I'm quite happy being on my own, and always will be. And if you find a guy, I'd go, oh God, I have to hoover, you know, and I have to dust. It's just, but anyway, and she just ripped into me, and I mean really ripped into me, saying that I was only dressing like that to get wolf whistles and stuff, and getting attention from the wrong kind of guy. And I'm going, I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing it because I want to dress like that. I was younger. Well, it was only a couple of years ago, but still younger, and I was slimmer. And you know, I wanted to show a bit of cleavage that day. I felt like it, so I thought, why not? And I did. And at Totnes Pride, for instance, my friend Chris, she kept looking at my boobs, and I'm thinking, you're looking at my boobs, stop looking at my boobs. I was doing it jokingly, and all of them piped up. She said, well, you shouldn't have them on display then if you don't want them looked at. But I was only jokingly. I don't mind people looking at my boobs because I'm proud of them. And you've got to remember, I'm 55 years old and I've only had these boobs, what, 8, 9 years? So I'm still getting used to them, and still getting used to me. And anyway, so people looking at my boobs takes it off my face, doesn't it? So they don't have to look at the ugly face. But hey, see, I'm pandering to the bullies again, you know. So bullies are saying, "Oh, look at the state of you. You shouldn't be allowed to do this. You shouldn't be, you know." So and that is life. And it shouldn't be, and it should not be. If anybody bullies you, especially online, you block them straight away. Or if you can't block them, do something and tell somebody that you're being bullied, because it is not nice keeping it to yourself. Tell somebody you're being bullied, tell somebody who it is, what they're saying, and show and keep all the evidence, and then show it, because they should be held accountable. If they are there, if they make anyone feel like they want to kill themselves, that they want to end their lives, then it is totally wrong. It's immorally wrong, and it should be made illegal, and they should be held accountable. And the people, if that poor lad did kill himself because he was being bullied, then the bullies should be held accountable for his death. And anybody and everybody, that girl in America that told her friend to go and kill himself, and he did. She got sent to prison, and she only got 2 years. But personally, I think she should have got more than that, because of her, she pushed him with words, and he went right, because she knew he was vulnerable, and she thought that she was helping him doing what he wanted to do, but he was. And you know, and I have said before that, like, if somebody is in that situation that they want to kill themselves, it happens just like that, and it literally is a matter of seconds. Majority of people don't plan it. Some do, you know, leave notes and whatever, but majority of people don't. They just think, right, enough's enough, and they go and do it straight away. And that shouldn't happen. That should not happen. And I think that people that bully somebody should be held accountable, and there should be a law against bullying. There isn't. I haven't found one. I've been searching online about it, and I'm carping on about it now. But there should be a law against bullying, especially cyberbullying, and there should be control. And anybody that is being cyberbullied, especially cyberbullied, if you are being bullied at home or at school or college or whatever you are, then do something about it. Tell somebody, go to your doctors, go to your GP, tell your friend, tell somebody, let somebody know that you are being bullied. And if you're being cyberbullied, block them, and then find out if there's a way that you can report them. Facebook and YouTube say that they do have things in place for bullying. But personally, and Twitter, but personally, I haven't seen them do much about bullying, towards about anti-bullying. Apparently, they have anti-bullying protocols in place, and but personally, I haven't seen any of it, and we need to push that. I'm only one person, and I do what I can. If anybody starts bullying me, or if I see anybody bullying anybody else online by being negative and towards them, I will stand up for anyone and everyone, regardless of who you are, even a total stranger. If I see they're being bullied in one way or another, I will stand up for them, because that's the right thing to do. Bullying is not right, and bullying costs lives, and it should be made illegal. And of course, in this day and age, it's so easy for somebody to sit behind a camera, well, not even behind a camera, behind a keyboard, and just type out vitriol and not think of the consequences, because once it's sent, it's sent. Once it's said, it's out there, and there's no taking back. And people are saying, well, take, you know, like, delete it. We can't. Once it's out there, it's out there, and there's nothing you can do. No amount of apology, if it's affecting somebody, no amount of apology will make it better. Once it's done, it's done. It's like It's like ordering a meal and then eating it, and then saying, "Oh no, I'm not going to pay for it." It's wrong. It's sorry. I've lost it completely now because it really upsets me. It really does. That people think that they have the right to make someone kill themselves, make someone hurt themselves. No one. I keep saying this. No one has. You have no right at all over somebody else's life on how they should live it or anything like that. Your responsibility is your own family, and that's it. Bullying is just totally no. It should be made illegal anyway. So if anybody, I know. See, I've gone over 30 minutes again. So, but I'm not going to cut this because it is quite important, this video, and I will say that if anybody out there that's watching this feels if they are being bullied or being treated negatively by anyone, please, if you don't have anybody else, please get in touch with me and we can sit down and have a chat and online or whatever, so at least you have somebody there for you. You're not on your own. And this is exactly the same with mental health issues. If you have mental health issues and you feel really bad, just get in touch. You're more than welcome to get in touch via Facebook, Twitter, DM me on Twitter, a messenger. Please, by all means. And especially if you feel as you're being bullied and you need someone to talk to, you don't know where to turn to. Hi, I'm here. And that goes for anyone and everyone. It's just horrible. It's just awful. What people say out there. Even people in the spotlight, even famous people get bullied, and we all think, oh, and we all look up to them, but so they get bullied themselves. And it's just awful, and so who gave us the right to tell someone that they should kill themselves? They call it freedom of speech. No, it's not freedom. It's hate speech. It's not freedom of speech. It's a hate speech. That's what it is. Hate speech, regardless. It's hatred. And freedom of speech. Freedom of speech means you can say anything. As long as it doesn't incite violence towards an individual or a group. And being negative is not freedom of speech. It is not freedom of speech. Calling someone fat is not freedom of speech. Calling someone out on their religion is not freedom of speech. Calling somebody out on anything is not freedom of speech. If you don't like somebody, don't like something, well, just ignore them. Simple as that. Don't bite, don't anything. Just leave people alone. You have no right to tell them what to do, in their own lives. Just look after your own life, and that's how it should be. And if you ever bully anyone, you should be held accountable for it, especially if that person takes their own life. And no, and anyone who bullies and the individual tries or even succeeds in taking their own life, then those bullies should be held responsible for that death. Or if the person that's being bullied tries to take life and they get saved, they still should be held accountable, regardless, because they have no right whatsoever. Anyway, look. With that, I'll be carrying on. I'll be here another 2 hours if I can, because I feel so strongly about bullies and bullying. I can carry on ad nauseum about it. So, but anyway, look. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you liking. And if you think that this would help even one person, please share. Especially if you think they're being bullied or anything like that. If they, like I said, even if they need a giggle for 5 minutes, at least to get them to forget about their own problems. But anyway, so I'll speak to you soon, and the next time I will try and talk about something a bit more upbeat than what I've talked about over the last few videos. So, but anyway, so I'll speak to you soon, and thank you so much. Bye bye.